Hello, everybody, and welcome to Module 5. This is Nutrition and Weight Management. My name is Mr. Keynes. Can you believe we got two more modules left? We got this module, and then the next module, and then you got your final project. And I'll talk about that when that time comes, but pretty much we're almost done. Um, I know y'all hate that we only got 6 more weeks left of the semester. But hang in there, we're almost done. And I'm gonna make two videos because this module has quite a bit of information. There's 4 assignments in this module, and there's quite a bit of information in the PowerPoint slides. So let's get started. As always, you got your chapter reading. Now this module has 2 chapters. You've got nutrition chapter and weight management chapter. And I just wanted to combine them both because they kind of intersect with each other. And you've got just one PowerPoint, and it's nutrition and weight management. And then I've got the study guide for nutrition and weight management. Okay. So I'm gonna go over the PowerPoint slides probably more in depth. Well, mainly in the next video. So your first assignment is to just answer these questions and basically answer the question, do you think nutrition is important? And why do we need to worry about what we consume and how often we consume the foods? And do you yourself focus on nutrition? Do you worry about what you eat? Do you pay attention to the amount of calories or the amount of protein in different food items or beverages? So that's really what you're discussing in your paragraph. And your paragraph needs to be at least 150 words. And it's a form. So you're going to have to respond to 2 other students, just like what you've done in the past. Um, and this will be due on Monday the 6th. So this Monday coming up, the 6th. And you're going to write your initial post answering the main questions. And then I want you to respond to 2 other students with at least 75 words. Okay. And if you do your initial post and your 2 responses, that would equal 100 points for the assignment. All right, your next assignment, you're going to document what you consume for 5 days. Yes, 5 days. It's due on April 12th, Sunday, April 12th, next Sunday. And I've got an example. If you click on the assignment title and click the example, open it up into a new page, download it, and pull over here. So here is an example of what I consumed in one day. I don't remember what year this was. It wasn't this year. It's probably a couple years ago. But I want you to include um, you need to include the amount of calories. Okay. Don't worry so much about the serving sizes. These are the serving sizes that you consumed. Um, just worry about the calories. Okay. And that's an example of a day. You can mix and match or use the same foods for the same meals, but kind of I would like to see some sort of variety here and there. Um, meaning it doesn't have to be completely different all days, but I would like to see some sort of variety. Okay. And y'all can use an app. There's plenty of different apps that you can document what you consume. and or you can write down what you consume on paper, um, and take a picture of that. That's fine, but it needs to be 5 days. Okay, so that should give you plenty of time. So don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait until the 11th to start it. Okay. Um, all right. Next assignment: popular diets. So in the chapter in the PowerPoint slides, you will learn about popular diets that people like to use to lose weight or maintain their health or their weight. And I'll talk about it really in the next video. But you got the DASH diet, the low carb diet, and the Mediterranean diet. Which of those diets do you think is most beneficial? And you'll learn about it from the reading and the PowerPoint slides that we cover. And would you yourself follow any of those diets? Why or why not? So, paragraph of at least 150 words. That's due on the 16th. And then what's due on Sunday the 19th? You're going to calculate your BMR. So essentially, in a nutshell, your BMR, it stands for your basal metabolic rate. And what that is, um, you may not know this, but you are burning calories at the second. Your heart is pumping blood. You are breathing. You might be digesting food. Whatever your body is doing to keep you alive, you are burning calories. Okay, you don't only burn calories when you exercise or move. Um, so your basal metabolic rate is based on different factors: your gender, your height, your weight. Okay, and when you calculate your BMR, and I'll show you the slide that contains the formula that you need to use. When you calculate your BMR, you'll know that that number is the amount of calories, approximately how many you burn at rest. So we are not taking into account exercise or physical activity. If you were in bed all day long, you would burn approximately this many calories. Okay. It might be 1200, it might be 1400, it might be 1600. It's just based on your height, your gender, your age, and your weight. Okay. And then you have your test. Your test will be due on Thursday the 21st, April 21st. All right, let's see if I can get all this in one video. Hopefully so, because I know that y'all, I mean, I, for one, would not want to watch 2 videos of me talking. Um, but you'll need to know just about everything on this PowerPoint presentation. There's 47 slides. Make sure you all know the difference between nutrition and what is a nutrient. Okay. Nutrition does not just focus on food, it's anything you consume, beverages as well, even supplements, anything you consume in your body. All right, you've got the difference between macronutrients and micronutrients. The macronutrients, you need them in larger quantities, larger amounts: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and water. Compared to the micronutrients, which are vitamins and minerals, you don't need as much of them in your diet, but they are still important, those vitamins and minerals. Make sure you know how many calories are in a gram of that macronutrient. So carbohydrates has 4 calories, proteins yield 4 calories per gram, fats yield 9 calories, more than double that of carbohydrates and proteins, and water yields 0. Vitamins and minerals do not yield any calories, so just carbohydrates, fats, protein. Make sure y'all know what a calorie is. Okay, that's the definition of a calorie. Carbohydrates, and then we start going over all the different nutrients. Carbohydrates, fiber, types of fiber, proteins. Proteins are important for important for growth and repair. If you're trying to build muscle, you want to consume a little bit more protein in your diet than the average person when you're including more strength training. Carbohydrates, the main function is the primary source of energy in the form of glucose, which I'm sure y'all have heard of. Types of fiber, again, know that different amino acids. You don't need to know the names of them, but just make sure y'all know there are 11 non-essential. The non-essential, it means that your body already produces those amino acids. But there are 9 essential. It means your body cannot produce those amino acids and they must be obtained from your diet. Incomplete protein source, it means if it's incomplete, if it's a bean, it's usually a bean, a legume, um, fruits, vegetables, nuts. It's missing at least one, excuse me, of those 9 essential amino acids. A complete protein source, anything from animal, dairy, milk, cheese, eggs, meat products, fish, um, chicken, beef, pork. It's going to have, those are complete because they contain all 9 essential amino acids. Function of the fats, make sure y'all know those, the different types of fats, saturated, unsaturated, and trans. Which ones are the most unhealthy? Trans. Which one is the healthiest? Unsaturated. And saturated are kind of in between. They're not the worst for you, but they're not the worst. Make sure you know the difference between, or what is the good cholesterol, HDL cholesterol, and what's the bad cholesterol, LDL. Vitamins and minerals. Make sure y'all know what are the fat soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K, and the water soluble vitamins. That means they're either absorbed with the presence of fats or they're absorbed with the presence of water. All right, antioxidants and free radicals. Make sure y'all know that. Minerals like calcium, iron, zinc, potassium. Those are all minerals. They're important for your diet. Water. Your body is, you yourself are made up of mainly water. Okay, anywhere from 45 to 75-ish% of your body is made up of water. Obesity is a major problem in the United States. Energy balance. Energy balance is your energy, aka calories input minus energy output. Hopefully it's as close to zero as possible. And here is the formula for calculating your BMR, just like I mentioned before. It's your height. Your height is important. You have to convert your height from inches to centimeters, convert your weight from pounds to kilograms, and have all that conversion here. So you figure out your own basal metabolic rate, and that's how many calories you burn at rest, approximately. Okay. So yeah, make sure y'all know the dietary reference intake percentages for all the macronutrients. Well, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. That will 100% be on your test. The importance of physical activity to maintain or lose weight. Make sure you know the difference between a moderate activity and a vigorously intense activity. Then we get to eating disorders, bulimia, anorexia, and binge eating disorder. How to read a nutritionist facts label. See if you can spot the differences between the updated and the original. And then you got the different diets here. And that's it, y'all, really. Okay. All right, y'all, if you have questions or concerns, let me know. Y'all have a great week, and I'll be in contact with y'all soon.